Good morning. Boom. We have audio. Somebody let me know if we have audio. Pretty please with sugar on top. Okay. I have a new webcam, you guys. So I'm trying out this nice webcam. It's supposed to work really good for podcasts and all this other stuff. So we are multi-streaming today to Facebook, Shannon Thomas Trucking, and my Instagram. So bear with me. This could be a crap show, okay? It just doesn't. Okay. I probably have a delay. I'm trying to use StreamYard. I apologize. I'm sure it's an internet connection issue. Let me know when my lips match what I'm saying. It looks crappy to me from here. This could be rough, you guys. I guess if you can hear me, that's it. Are we hearing me real time? Is the audio, like, can you hear me talking okay? The visual may not work with us. But as long as we got audio, we can get through it, I guess. I know my intro video was delayed. You know, I'm trying to be cool like everybody else. I'm trying to use these tools. The camera sucks. Why does the camera suck? Don't mess with me, Robin. It could be my visual effects in the background. Let me try to shut this off. Okay, how's that look? We'll get started as soon as I know we got everything together here. Do you have good audio at least? Somebody communicate with me. My coffee's getting cold. This is how long it's taken me to set up this stream. Hi, Super Lady Gamer. Welcome in. I want to see my comments. Okay, there we go. We can see the comments on the screen now. Maybe that'll save me some reading time for y'all. Okay, we got good audio. Do we got a good video? Somebody put a thumbs up in the chat for me if we have good video, and I'll get started with my morning coffee trucker chat babbling. So I'm in Tennessee. Thank you guys. Okay. Good morning, everybody. Thank you for coming in. Hit the like on your way in. You know the thing. I haven't been on in a couple weeks. I have been very, very sick since Thanksgiving. It started a little bit before Thanksgiving, but then I cleared up for Thanksgiving. And if you guys saw my little Thanksgiving videos that I popped on where I was hanging out with my family, and then after that, I got deathly ill. Major sinus infection. It was horrible. It wasn't a sore throat anymore, but I had the, mucus was in overtime. Audio sounds like a 1929 radio show. Really? It's supposed to be this good stereo, awesome quality of audio. Let me check the audio. Yeah, that's on the one. That's on it. Okay, is it bearable, or should I shut this whole thing off and just go on YouTube? I don't know. Welcome to my Facebook people in here that are joining me for my Facebook page, my Instagram. I have not dusted off my Instagram, so I finally tried to do the StreamYard so I could upgrade it to stream to my Facebook, my YouTube, and my Instagram simultaneously. So if anybody's watching from Instagram, please let me know how it looks, how it sounds, whatever. Oh, thanks, Cheap Freight Hauler. Okay, don't stress me out. I'm already stressed out, you guys. I'm already stressed out. Like, this is a lot of work. Like, to do it like this. And StreamYard has had a bunch of upgrades, so I had to go through that, and then had to tell me like all the new features, and hey, you can try all this stuff for 30 days, blah blah blah, all of that. And so it took me like freaking 40 minutes to set up this whole stream to try to give you guys a good show today. Yeah, Jerome Jones is in the house. Good morning, Jerome Jones. He says you missed Cheap Freight Hauler. You're missing out on the cold weather up here in Ohio. Yeah, it's cold up there. I came down to Tennessee from Michigan. It's still cold down here in Tennessee. It's like 34 degrees or something like that. It's clear, but it's cold. But and I had very clear passage from Michigan to Tennessee on my road down, so I was grateful for that. Right when I was going home for Thanksgiving, I made a delivery to Grand Rapids, and that's where it got bad. It's always bad over there because of the lake effect, right? And so it was an awful night. It was an awful night. So I was going to go home, straight home on Wednesday night. But no. The weather got so nasty. And so I stayed right where I was at and just waited it out till the morning. There was a, weather advisory and all this other stuff. And I just stayed put. The main thing was the high winds. There was like 40 to 50 mile an hour winds. And I was delivering a nice heavy load. So I had to fight through it to get there. Fighting the wind's always exhausting. But then I got it there, and then I'm empty. And the strong wind advisory was in effect all night long until like 7 a.m. the next morning. So I was like, hell no, I ain't going nowhere. I stayed put. And then when it seemed like there was an opportune window to like start going, where I wouldn't get beat up so bad by the wind, and I had from Grand Rapids to Lansing is like, that's the stretch. The wind was coming so hard off of the lake, and so I figured, okay, if I can just get on the highway and head that way towards Flint, the wind's gonna be pushing me, right, instead of beating me in the side, which it was all because I was coming up, and so it was beating me in the side like all the way up. But then being empty, that's another level crazy, right? So I didn't want it to hit me in the side, that high winds. So I waited it out. Anyways, praise the Lord. I made it home to my family for Thanksgiving. I had a good day. Saw all the babies, and we had fun playing games and eating. I gave you guys some videos to give you a shot into what was going on. And I did my hair, I got all cleaned up and all that other stuff. I had a great time. And then that night, I bet it was the carbs. You know what I'm saying? I bet it was the carbs. Because my body ain't used to that. So it sent my immune system into the crap hole. So whatever it was, whatever I caught, picked up, whatever, I couldn't even fight it, man. I went through a whole box of maximum strength cold and flu Mucinex, just trying to control the amount of snot that was in my head. Sorry, guys. And that just Barely helped. The whole box, you guys, barely helped. Then after that, I don't know if some of you guys might know what a neti pot is. I did the neti pot treatment, cleared out all this so I could breathe, and that was a very effective. Thank God for that. My daughter had one because she's got the baby at home. And then after that, because now I'm missing a couple days of work because I can't do it, can't get in the truck. The weather was kind of crappy anyway, as I was like, dude, I didn't have the strength. And so I just decided, like, okay, we're going to stay home. We're going to get well. I'll go out when I'm well. So that cost me a couple of days. But we have a sauna. And I don't know if you guys have ever, like, so we have a little, if you go on Amazon, you can look up these little home saunas. They're like tent material, that like tents when you go camping. And you just unfold it and you plug in the little machine and you got an instant sauna, right? So we have one of those at home and we love it. And so I, however, haven't had the opportunity to use it yet. So my daughter suggested, Mom, why don't you go sauna and that'll help too. So I went down, I hooked that thing up. I've been anxious to try it anyways, and so I did a little 30-minute steam sauna in there. That helped me a lot too, so I was getting better. So then finally the next day, I was bananas from sitting at home. Hey, Cash, welcome in. I hope the signal's good, guys. It was a little shaky at first. But anyways, so I did the little sauna for 30 minutes. That helped. So the next day, I literally couldn't stay home anymore. I just feel worthless when I'm there. I really do. Unless I got stuff to do. But I really didn't. I just needed to get back to work, be back to getting revenue, And so I took off and still wasn't feeling very great. But I was able to function. So I figured once I get out in the fresh air, once I get moving, whatever, because I was dead to the world at home. I just wasn't moving at all. It was couch potato. Trying to drink hot liquids and herbal teas and all of that stuff, and none of it was helping me until I did the neti pot thing, and then I did the sauna. So that's how I got rolling this week. So I'm on a short week, and then I finally made it down here to Tennessee. Delivered this on Saturday. And now I'm at this truck stop taking my 34, which I didn't even need to take, but there's no loads anyway, so I'm like, okay, let me get back on schedule. I'll take my 34. In the meantime, I'm at this petro shop in Tennessee here, and these guys aren't busy. When does that happen? When does that happen at all? So I wish I could show you, maybe I could show you pictures. I want to show you pictures. This is something I've been debating for a while. Where's my phone? Okay. So I bought this trailer from Jeff, and it's a great trailer, and I love it. It's not a plate trailer, but I love it. So back when I bought the red truck, I bought this trailer from Jeff also. And so there's some reason, I love this trailer. And Elvin had it first. And it went with Rosie, so it was the truck and trailer if you wanted to lease purchase it or whatever. That's how we began the journey. Well, anyways, the rims on this trailer are kind of janky looking, okay? And that's why, nobody feels probably great about taking it because it was looking a little beat up. Just because the rims have some rust on them. And I was going to spray paint them and whatever, just spray paint over the rust and whatever, but I haven't done it. So I pull up here in this Tennessee Petro, and I see these on the rack. Brand new, beautiful white rims. I'm like, dude, God. So I've been thinking about it, because when I clean up my truck and it's looking all good, and it's looking all fresh, brand new. And then you see these eyesores of rims. Now maybe I can show you these. It looks bad. It just ruins the whole vibe. So it's been on my mind and it's been bugging me. Let me see if I can show you this. They almost don't look this bad here, but trust me, they're bad. They're pretty rusty. Looking like, you look at them and you're like, oh my God, are those going to hold? And so don't buy those from the truck stop. I did talk to Mom about the pumpkin rolls. Let's get to that in a second. Anyways, so this is what I'm driving around in when I got my truck all clean and fresh and the trailer looks good and all that. But then you see these wheels, right? So I got sucked in because I've been like, I want to do it, and then I got to stop, and I got to take it to the trailer shop, and I got to blah, 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 right? So I just kept rolling with what I had, and I'm like, whatever. They work. It's great. Well, so I'm here. The guys aren't busy. They got brand new rims on the rack outside. I see them. They looking all precious. And I'm thinking, well, yeah, we're going into winter. I'm going to be into a lot of salt. I worry about that rust because I'm going to be into a lot of salt. There's no doubt. I like to, I'm in the cold, right? I run the salty states in Michigan and salt, salt, salt everywhere. So I did it. So I finally did it. These guys weren't busy. They had nothing to do. That never happens. So I went in, I asked the price, blah, blah, blah. And this is what we got. Now, look at them pretty babies on there. And I ended up having to get a couple new tires to add to that. So it came out to be a little bill. But look at me now. Fresh. So I'm excited about that. So altogether, it cost me about $1,900. And I got some, so I had to replace 2 tires because one of them, there was chunks missing, and you could see the threads, obviously. And so that you got to get replaced. And then the other one was really bald in a weird pattern on the inner rear axle. So I made the decision, okay, we're in here. These guys got time. I got time. I'm on my 34. The weather's not crappy, you know, whatever, all of those things. And I said, yeah, let's just get it done. So that's what we did. We did that yesterday, and it literally took them like 2 hours. Would I buy a Chinese tire if they were half price? For the trailer, probably, yeah. Like, I got Ironmans. I think those are Chinese tires. But I like to get the Yokohamas, especially for the tractor cash. We've had pretty good, you know, success with those, and we get a really great deal on them. And I'm assuming those are Chinese. I don't know. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong. But so I asked about the Yokohamas. They did have them, but I saved about $30 more just getting the Ironmans. And considering that it's a trailer tire, I decided to save, you know, I'm trying to save what I can because Mama had to get herself a new set of rims. So yeah, I ended up getting 2 of their Ironmans. That was the best deal that they had. And I could have got the Yokohamas for $30 more per tire. $35 more. So I saved myself that because I'm not too worried about the trailer. So we'll see how they do. None of my trailer tires match now. But yeah, preferably I like to get the Yokohamas now. If not the, you know, if I feel like spending big dollars, I get the BF Goodriches or whatever. But I just got all new trailer tires, all new tractor tires. Oh, that was a big expense, right? But the truck's sitting on new tires, and now the trailer's got some new tires. And those fancy, nice white rims, brand new. Can you do polls on here? That's a good question. I'd like to run a poll, but I don't think you can do it on StreamYard. So, if you missed it, I got a new webcam. I hope it's better. I'm trying StreamYard again. We are broadcasting right now on Instagram and Facebook and YouTube. So I'm trying to be fancy. I even got one of these little face lights, but I don't think we need it with all the light that's coming out of the windshield. The last, look at this. Let's see, what does he say? The last 2 Yoko steers I bought were junk. Trying Michelin now, cheaper than Yoko's. We get a really good deal on the Yoko's through Jeff's tire account. So I did try them. I like them. I haven't had any bad luck with them. I definitely don't play around with my steer tires. But I was a little nervous, but I got Yokohamas for the steers. And they're good. So the time before this, I bought the top of the line BF Goodrich's, and those were good. But strangely, I had another issue that caused those tires to wear way too prematurely, so I had to get them replaced way prematurely, which irritated me. Facebook Marketplace can use some good used aluminum. Well, okay, so Gmail. Those are the same rims that I had on there. They're just new. Cheaper Holler says, don't buy those from a truck stop. Okay, so back to the pumpkin roll, guys. For those of you that are interested in a pumpkin roll this year, I have let Mom know that there is some interest. So the pickle is this year is that Dad has started to suffer from Parkinson's disease. And now she's kind of busy nursing and stuff. We're doing a lot of things with supplements. We got them on nicotine patches and all this other stuff from Dr. Artis. Brian Artis, by the way. That's where I've done all the research on the Parkinson's information that I've shared with you guys. And so we're in those treatments, and he has successfully gotten off 100% off all of the stupid medication that the doctor was giving him. And he's hanging in there. And he's so far, it takes, from what I understand, it's going to take about 3 months for us to really get a good, where I can come and tell you, like, oh, this is night and day. But his symptoms are not getting worse. And when he was on the medication that the doctor was giving him, they were getting worse. But anyways, so I don't know if we'll be able to get pumpkin rolls out of Mom this year, but I'm pulling for you, okay? Just depends. She's got a lot on her plate right now. So I would ask for your prayers for my dad, who she's there taking care of, and just please keep them in mind and say a little prayer for them if you don't mind. Parkinson's disease is not it's not going to kill him. It's not what do they call it? A terminal disease. It's not a terminal disease, but the symptoms are horrible, right? So we're getting him straightened out. He's on nicotine patches. He's on some NDTA, which Dr. Artis has at his site, and that helps remove all the toxins and parasites and stuff like that. We got him on that, and he's breathing the peroxide in the humidifier every night. He's got it next to his bed, which gives the body a ton more oxygen. So we're hitting it from the getting rid of the heavy metals, getting his body detoxed, and super oxygenating him, right? So we're trying to hit it from every angle. So Mom's busy with all the instructions that I gave her to get him straightened out. So I had tread separation on the other. Is that on the Yokohamas? I had tread separation and the other bulged sidewall. Oh, wow. I haven't experienced that. I do haul a lot of heavy loads. And I could have not replaced these tires, but I don't like to take no chances getting caught by the DOT for none of that business, right? There's a couple chunks out of there, and I could have rolled with it and, whatever. But the threads were showing, and just by chance a DOT officer would have, checked it out, and those threads were showing, I'd have got busted. So I'd rather spend the money knowing that my equipment is taken care of, like tip-top shape, which I do, than, running any risk. There's nothing like feeling confidence when at least you think you got the confidence when you pull into the scale and they pull you in to check out your truck. I know they can find anything, right? But I also got myself a brand new set of rubber hoses, and they're sexy. They're so sexy on the back of the truck. And I just had them take off the other set, which you guys would have laughed. And that was a good set. But I busted one of them because I make some jackknife turns sometimes, and it just wasn't set up right with the springs where it would stretch. So somehow I snapped one. So I just took it in there. I said, you know what? Take that whole set off. Because it had another hose that I snapped previously, and it was cut, and it was still in the spiral thing. I just said, take it off and put on a brand new set. So I kept the other ones that they took off. They put them in my toolbox on the side of the truck, and I got myself a very beautiful brand new set of rubber hoses for this winter. Rig Pig, how you doing, Rig Pig? Are you oh yeah, that's Rig Pig. Okay. How you doing, Rig Pig? I feel like I haven't seen you in here in a long time. He says, prayers for your dad and hope you and all your family have a blessed Christmas. P.S. I seen you on Instagram. Good. We're live on Instagram. I never do this because sometimes I just don't know. I don't really know how Instagram works like that. I know it's the place to be for all the cool kids. So the best I can do is just we'll simultaneously cast over there right now. I got to do something with it. I don't do enough with my Instagram account, and I probably could do a whole lot better. Chief Ray Holler says, it's hard on the family. My dad is the strongest man I know, but it's hard to see what it's doing to his body. Yeah, when they put him on the medication, he was really going downhill. And, the doctors are like, yeah, you should probably get your affairs in order and all this stuff. The research I did on the medication, it makes the symptoms worse. The shaking, the dementia, all of that stuff. So I got him off those medicines right now. So we took it into our own hands, and Dr. Brian Artis has a great video on the research of Parkinson's disease, and has stuff to help you with it. And so far, Dad's doing all right. One of the strongest things I think that we have him on is the nicotine patches. So he's on 7 milligram nicotine patches. Now, mind you, my 70-year-old parents have also gotten all 3 rounds of the jab. Okay? So there's also that battle. They don't realize that because they just did what the doctors told them to do. But now we're also battling the snake venom proteins that they were injected with. So the nicotine patches also kick that out of the cell. That's a whole nother rabbit hole, guys. But yeah, so the nicotine patches are effective for that, as well as what Parkinson's tries to do. We're hitting the parasites, we're hitting, like, everything goes to toxicity. That's why they're neurologically struggling, because they're toxic. Like, you have to get them cleaned out. My dad was a golfer. If any of you know about those pesticides that they put on the golf course, they are like 50 times to 100 times worse than regular whatever we walk around it. That's just regular yard stuff. Many golfers are very susceptible to getting Parkinson's disease from those toxins that are on the golf course. So I'm pretty sure that had a lot to do with it too. We also went to the water at their home, found out that that was very high in bacteria. They have a well, so, people think that they're safe because they have a well. Well, they have a lot of farmers around them out there. And so once I was into this research, I started thinking, I'm like, I bet you those pesticides that they're using are leaking down into the water table, and then my parents are just drinking it and thinking that they're safe. We already knew that the water was high in iron. So we're also looking at heavy metal toxicity too. So you add that, the golf course, the water being high in bacteria. So they had the well guy come out, and he checked their water, and he told them it was dangerously high in bacteria. Now that's just bacteria. So what did he do? He put in a chlorine treatment and to kill all the germs in the tank and blah blah blah. So that's not, to me, that's not enough, because we still are dealing with the high iron in the water. So I have furthermore ordered them filtration shower heads because they're showering in it, and we've also got them filter things for their faucets. And I told them not to drink their water. But I'm pretty sure their water has a lot to do with it too. Like, poor Dad's been hit from every side with toxicity. Dan Rumble's in the house saying slurp. Good morning, Dan. Thanks for coming in. Hit the like on your way in, would you? And so I'm hitting it from every angle. And it is horrible. It's horrible. He's walking around better. He's getting up out of the chair. He wasn't when he was on the doctor's medication. So we're seeing little steps in progress. But that's what Mom's busy with, so pumpkin rolls may not happen this year. I'm going to try for you guys. Chief Fowler says, my dad started his red man habit after stopping for 20 years. The nicotine's going to help him. I don't think... And now it's out. Like, nicotine is a known cure for Parkinson's disease. Chemicals have a lot. Chemicals, and then you add snake venoms that they injected them with. Oh my God. So any of you out there that are thinking about your elders right now, don't rule out. I mean, getting to common sense and really just taking a time to think about their environment. Not to mention ours as well. Like, we're headed down this road possibly. We can't take anything for granted anymore that it's just safe, like our drinking water, like our food, right? Anything. Like sleeping in our cabs. I think about our toxic environment all the time. So, yeah, that's why even down to the coffee that you drink, you should make sure that you get some clean coffee that's non-toxic. No pesticides. And I've showed you guys my coffee before, but lifeboostcoffee.com, I'm not getting paid by them. That's where I order my coffee now, that I know how much toxins are in the truck stop coffee. And just regular Folgers, which was always kind of my favorite. I had to get all sciencey about my coffee. And everything else I'm taking a look at, what I'm eating. Rob on the Road says, oi, my dad, Parkinson's caused by reduced arteries in the back of his neck. He was misdiagnosed for the first couple of years. Yeah, that's the other thing. I think about misdiagnoses. This happens a lot lately. Dan says, your mom's pumpkin rolls equal bullseye. Yeah, she's got it down, and I'm not gonna tell you they're healthy. They're everything I preached you guys against, but my God, are they the best. Gold Phoenix, when he ate his, he almost started crying. He made a video. And it is that good. It is that good. And I even got one at Sam's because they started trying to bite off my mom, and it had pumpkin rolls. And so we got one from Sam's, and you can tell that it's not homemade from somebody's grandma. Like, it's just, ugh. It's not the same. My mom's got it down. Chief Rayola says, nothing is clean anymore. Everything is killing us. Pretty much. Oh, bomb, not bullseye. They are the bomb. Okay. Yeah, so, that's why I started talking to you guys a long time. When I got down the rabbit holes, I'm like, dude, we got to stop eating this stuff, yada, yada. Some people didn't listen. Some people don't want to hear it. Some people don't want to stop eating sugar. I get it. But it doesn't, you can't sugarcoat the truth. I mean, you can, but, it's not good. It's not good. So let's see what's happening. So there's been a lot of trucking news about illegal truckers killing people. That's been the norm lately, and them starting to press on the trucking companies, or at least they're talking about doing that. So I think we got a lot of momentum going on in trucking. It's been some fun news to watch, not the killing part. I don't want to see another innocent people suffer because some dipshits out here and some companies just trying to save a few bucks hiring these people and whatnot. I say bye. You came here, you made your money, now it's time to go. It's over. That's what I say. I hope the momentum keeps going. I think they're on track about what needs to be done. I think they're doing it. I think we're seeing some effect. I've been watching the rates this week. I've been getting some pretty decent rates, but I keep hearing people talk about like volumes are down and stuff. I haven't experienced any shocking change in my momentum myself. That doesn't mean it's not happening in the industry, but I guess I'm just plugging away, and that's cool. Chief Rayholler says, oh no, Shannon starts talking about sugar as I am looking at a box of Christmas tree cakes and a bag of powdered donuts. Turn away. Yeah, I walked in this Petro last night, and they got a gorgeous display of fresh donuts with all the different colors of confetti on the frosting, and I ain't gonna lie, I get tempted, you guys. But I've just learned to just turn around. You just turn around, just don't eat. And I try not to even go in there for anything, but I had to have a shower. And so they have it right out there where it's gonna smack you in the face. And oh man, did I think about it? Because you know what the best thing is with a big, delicious cup of coffee is a big old donut. And then you want another one after that because it don't fill you up. Those are created to feed your sugar beast and keep on the addiction. And I know a lot of people out here, a lot of you truckers struggle with, insulin resistance and things like that. It started for me, I had to start making that decision to not go in the truck stop. So what did that entail? Making a plan to have food on the truck, have all the little things I need to cook to make it all yummy so I can have that delicious steak or whatever, have some vegetables or whatever, and putting my life together in the cab. Yeah, I got some extra cargo on here because I got the air fryer, which was a life changer, by the way. And I got a couple little smaller gadgets, but that's what it took. So, and then I'm a big fan of Instacart. They bring my groceries. I get most of them from Aldi's, so I try to save some money. And I get a lot of organic foods. And that was the other thing. Like, you got to get off that stuff and go to the organics. Spend a couple extra dollars. But it's going to save your life. So I had to start making those decisions. Like, instead of just getting used to like, oh, I'm going to go see what's in the truck stop. Just stay out. Just stay out. Go in there, do your laundry, do your shower, and get the hell out of there. Because they're after you. They're after your money. They're going to charge you too much for that donut anyways, and that donut is going to cause a lot of inflammation in your body. Dan says, I think they prefer to be called undocumented locusts disguised as inbred and dysgenic orcs. That's a possibility. Rig Pig says, Is the old egg cooker dealio still working? Yeah. I was just going to mention that because it's like my favorite thing. My little old egg cooker. Look, I got the sucker beat up. So I use it so much. And your lack of protein is an issue too, guys. If you're not eating meat like the mad beast like I am, eat more meat. But I got my little fridge. I get my organic eggs. I got my little egg cooker. The sucker has been the best $8 I've spent in my life. And so, yeah, she's still working. It's just this little thing. But it gives you the best hard-boiled eggs you could ask for. It does them perfectly. And it comes with, I haven't showed this a long time, so I'm just going to tell people that don't know. The little dish is around here somewhere. Now, with the exception that the little dish is plastic, because now I'm on the plastics trip, trying to watch how much plastics I'm using and cooking in and all that. But it does come with a little plastic dish. You can set that on top of this little rack, and then you can have you can make your scrambled eggs. So I bust the eggs, I put them in there, stir it up with a fork, throw a big old fat chunk of butter on there just because I like extra butter on everything. And it cooks it up into a little egg cake like thing, right? Cooks it in the dish. And then you just take your fork and put a little cheese in there and just, and then you got yourself like an omelet thing, right? Or you can throw your cheese in there and it will cook you the nice little omelet. Comes, whatever. You throw all your stuff in there, but it cooks it in the shape of the dish. And there you got a little omelet. Now, the only thing I'm missing in my life is I would like to make over easy eggs with the yolk because I like the runny yolk. That's my next adventure. In my mind, that's right. You want a skillet, maybe a little induction burner. They got those now. Try to find something small that I can get a nice little good pan that doesn't have the nasty Teflon on it. Something that's easy. It would be a porcelain little egg pan. That's in my mind. So I might do that. And so yes. And I even got a backup one at home. This is how much I love this thing and I don't want to be without it. I got a backup. I got an extra one at home. Now, if any of you guys have been looking for those, at Walmart is where I got it. And I don't know, I haven't seen them lately, so I don't know if you can still get them there. But the brand is called Nostalgia. They do have a website. I did check it out. And they make a lot of little mini cooking mechanisms, items, whatever this is, tools, whatever you want to call it. But this cooks 7 eggs at once. See that? I love it. I wish I could have an endorsement by them and get paid because I could talk. That's great. So the other little thing I got is a little pancake maker. It's called a little griddle. It's only this big. So make you a nice little pancake. And I did try the eggs in there. It works for a nice over easy egg, but it's not optimal because I don't feel like it heats completely evenly. That was my solution for over easy eggs. I could put one in there, close the little lid. It's around here somewhere. I still have it in here. And make myself a little over easy egg. It's pretty damn good. But I feel like I could cook it a little more how I want it if I just had a little induction burner and a little fry pan. I don't want a big one because we got everything in here. Rob says, I don't like donuts. I have a penchant for panettone Italian Christmas cake. It sounds good, Rob, but I don't know what that is. He says, I don't cook anything in plastic. Not sure if it's stable enough and doesn't end up in my food. Right. It does. It does. And, here's the other thing. This is what we got. If you get rid of everything else that you're getting your plastic from, you're still going to get it from this. Dan says, I got to run, do Sunday chores. Have a great weekend. You too, Dan. Thanks for coming in to have coffee with us today in the trucker Chet, the Trucker Cafe. I love you. Be blessed. Who else is in here that I didn't say hi to? TJ Bill of the Woods was the first one in. I don't know if he's still here, but good morning, TJ. And Jerome and Don Schonger and Robin and my name is nobody is in here. I didn't see you. I'm sorry, my name is nobody. Channel member, by the way. Kelly Patterson, channel member. Good morning, Kelly. I hope you are well. Cheap Freight Haulers channel member. Thank you. Super Lady Gamer stopped in to say hi. Jerome Jones, channel member. Thank you, Jerome. Cheap Freight Hauler. I think that's just about everybody. Appreciate you guys for coming in. Wilburner, by the way, has went on a fabulous 5-star vacation to the DR. That is the Dominican Republic for you laypersons. And wow, I saw pictures, so I got all warm just looking at the beautiful. What a place! Oh my gosh. So if you've been missing Wheelburner, he's been on siesta. He'll be back. He's doing some big important things and having the time of his life. So I'm very happy for him. And just be patient. He'll be back to give us the updates as soon as he can. Okay. Chief Freya Holler says, I've done something last night I never done before. Last week I ran Florida Interstate, enjoyed 70 to 80 degrees all week, and I'm about to freeze in South Carolina. Yeah, watch the weather, guys. We got clippers coming in. Up north. We're going to see some weather, and then it'll break for a second, and then it's going to come back down. The jet stream is coming right along, the line between the north and the south, so it's kind of keeping the south safe. So if you're one of those people that runs from all the cold weather up north, then stay south. The jet stream, I watched it this morning. The jet stream, it happens to be like super cold, crazy, crazy weather, snow, this, that, and the other, the normal stuff. And then the jet stream is like this, and then everything below that in the south is good. There's the weather girl for the day. But, get that money, but be safe. Chinese tires, we talked about that. Those microwave meals, they say Pierce film and nuke. I put in a pot bowl. I don't cook in that plastic either. Yeah, I'm not using, there's one thing that's a little rough, and that's, like, I get broccoli, right, and it's frozen, and it's the bag, so you can throw it in the microwave, and it makes nice steamed serving of broccoli. Those are my favorite. The broccoli is organic, however, but it's cooking in that bag. Other than that, honestly, I don't even use, since I got the air fryer, I don't even use my microwave anymore. I don't. And so, I've been hearing little things here and there about the microwave. I'm not sure if that completely zaps all the nutrition out of our food, but that's what I heard. I'm like, dude, I've been using a microwave, that's been my thing my whole life, right? So I don't have all the facts together on that yet, but I'm thinking, dude, trying to stay away from the plastics, trying to stay away from bad carbs, processed foods, trying to stay off the seed oil, which I'm doing, and now the microwave, and now it's like everything. And so I did find a new gadget. Do you guys want to see this? Because based on the last live, I told you that I was going to look for something that was like an air purifier that maybe was small enough to use inside the cab. I found something, and I found it at Menards, and I bought it. So I'm going to show it to you. Because my live streams are not complete without showing you some kind of new toy or gadget that I got. So let me grab it. There starts the truck. And I kind of want to have another hot hotter cup of coffee because it took so long for me to set up the stream. My awesome coffee's got cold. I'm sipping on the usual cinnamon, raw egg, coffee, chunk of butter. Kerrygold butter, by the way. Can't go wrong with the Kerrygold. It's the best. Let me jump up here for a second and get this thing. Get it. Okay. So that's kind of fun. I don't know how much it purifies everything. What's Menards? Menards is like a Home Depot of sorts or a Lowe's. It's more comparable to me to a Lowe's. Home Improvement Center, Home Depot type place. So this was $24. And this is what it is. It's called AquaZen. Okay, you got that? So this is what it looks like. Now I don't know how feasible this is yet because my truck auto starts. I watch how much power I draw while I'm trying to sleep and stuff like that, but I tried it at the house. It was fun. And so this is a little thing, water tank. And it lights up, which that's another reason I was like, oh man, I should have thought about that because I don't like to have light when I'm sleeping in the truck because you're supposed to be able to get better sleep if you have no light at all. However, this is a beautiful little night light when it does start working. So what you do is you fill up. There's little lines on here, so you put that much water in it, right? Water. If you guys remember the rainbow vacuums? It's that concept. Okay, remember they used to push how much it purified the air and filtration, blah, 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 and it had better filtration than the Kirby and all that other stuff, right? So it's along that concept. So this is what it's dealing with inside. This little thing spins around, and it stirs the tank with air, okay? So the direction says that it sucks in the air, it filters the air through the water, and then it spits out the clean air. So this is like an air scrubber, okay? That's the idea. So to me, I told you like I was going to be on a little scavenger hunt to see how we could purify the air inside the cab, especially when we're sleeping, especially for me because my truck auto starts to recharge itself randomly when it needs to, which means I'm sleeping in this cab, and like I said, I have 1,000% faith that our cabs are airtight to exhaust outside, and there's trucks running next to us while we're sleeping. And that whole thing. That's been my concern. So I found this cute little thing. I'm still going to look for something that may be better, but it's a start, and it's a humidifier. I don't know if you guys wake up with dry eyes or your throat's dry because you got air running in here all the time, and when it's not the air, it's the heat, right? We constantly got air circulating in our cab. So this is also a little humidifier for the truck. So I thought, cool. This kind of hits both things, right? Gives me something. I remember when I got the sore throat. It was so dry. My throat was so dry. It was like sandpaper. It was horrible. What happened? Did we lose audio? Did we lose audio? It's like Alex Jones said about plastic mimicking female hormones and ending up in the water. They're even turning frogs gay. That is truth. Fact check Tyke shows up again. There you go. That is truth, what he's saying. Get fresh broccoli and steam in the Instapot. Yes. That would be the best thing. I agree with you. You can hear me? Okay. Chief Ray Holler, can you hear me? Anyway, so this is the first little thing that I found that was small that I thought was cool for the truck. What I don't like about it so far is that it lights up beautifully, and I don't want the light to run while I'm sleeping. So I'll cover it somehow. I'll figure out something for the tank because the light comes through the tank. So, but it's super cute. It's got, it's like a little leaf on top. Just got one simple little button. The air comes out here, right out the top. So even if you would like a humidifier, this is a solution. If you want because it gets dry in the winter. I don't know if you guys realize that. This winter air is very dry, which helps lead to people getting sick. So here you go. $24. It comes with 5 little fragrances that are fresh. I can't say that they're like essential oils, but I would imagine you can get some real essential oils and put them in here. It's amazing. It smells good. It's beautiful. Like, you can have this for your truck. It says it recommends it for a bedroom and office. No filters required. The tank is 33.8 ounces. So you put your little bottle of water in there and you can get it growing. Plug it in. It takes in air. It says hydropurification technology. Takes in air and releases clean air, filters, and cleans. It says it removes dust, removes allergens, eliminates smoke odors, and removes pet odors. I'm going to assume that also is helpful with the little oils that it comes with. But it's just like this. That's what it is. And it changes colors. And so this thing inside spins and spins really fast. So when it's on, you will see the water is just like, it just reminds me of like a rainbow vacuum cleaner, if you guys remember those. The water is just moving, spinning and spinning and spinning. So that's what I found so far for our air purification, air scrubbing needs inside the cab for something mini. Okay. So that's what I got. You can never beat bacon and eggs. Just pound meat in the. I shouldn't have said that to you, Rob. But pound meat in the morning. Like, get your protein. The older we get, I just got a warning. Once you're live, if your stream is public, you'll find it at the top of your feed on Instagram. Instagram has disconnected the stream. They currently disconnect streams after 1 hour for most users. If you want to continue streaming on Instagram, you can remove this destination from the stream and re-add it. Well, thanks. Instagram must have just shut you off after an hour. Edit. Add it. I don't know. You Instagram guys could have lost me already. Cheap Frey Holler says, I didn't open the Christmas tree cakes or donuts, cooking eggs and bacon instead. Yeah. It's going to be hot this holiday season. Because one of my favorite things on the holidays is, my mom bakes stuff, right, like crazy. But, it's having the fun of making fresh cookies and Christmas cookies with the family and all of those things, right? Cookies are a fun thing. And I'm sorry, but, dude, I always have loved, like, cookies and coffee. Anything with coffee? Rob says I've got 2 lamb leg steaks in the oven, cooking with onion and broccoli, rosemary, and a touch of garlic. Braising them, then I make my gravy with the water. That sounds delish, Rob. Sounds like you were having a beautiful day over there. I've got meat. I've got burger took out to cook, which I'm going to get to, and and eggs and some broccoli. That's pretty much what I eat every day, and I throw sauerkraut on top, fermented sauerkraut. You guys add sauerkraut into your life. It's great for your gut. It's easy. Just make sure it's the fermented kind. If it doesn't say fermented, it's pickled, and it's not good for your gut, not like the fermented kind is. G. Preller says, the Cookie Monster has been eating only cookies for decades, and he's still alive. Yeah, I mean, think how much sugar we've eaten up to this far, right? And we're good. But here's the thing. Back then, it was just sugar. Now, it's chemical sugar or chemical sweetener. You know? And even if you can't stop the sugar, if you can make sure that you're getting natural sugar like cane sugar, right? Like they give you in the little packets at Starbucks, it's natural cane sugar. That's going to be better. I can sign on to that because at least it's better than the white crap that they sell you by the bagfuls in the grocery store, which they make in Michigan, by the way. It's not the same. It's not the same. I'm excited a lot about the information that's coming out that, you know, when I was looking it up and it was like, oh my God, this is shocking information and it's all hidden. I've been watching a lot of information this week about the things that Robert Kennedy is saying out loud, and he's on it, guys. So it makes me feel good because my research was right, and I'm grateful that he's got the cojones to freaking start telling what Pfizer's done. Telling, like they're saying it out loud. This was a mass murder attempt against the human race, and they're saying it now. People in power are saying it now, which strikes me very funny because here, listen, did you guys not watch the show, the broadcast where the head of Pfizer was standing right there with Trump when they came up with the big, beautiful plan to reduce the drug prices, and Pfizer was like first to step up and show up and be like, yes, we're going to do it. And in that meeting, in that broadcast, Pfizer was looking all good and whatever. It's ironic to me because they were showing up like, yeah, we're going to be responsible. We're going to cut these prices down for Americans, and there's going to be no more overcharging and whatever. We're stepping up. And we all know that they're trying to kill everybody already. But then, right after that heroic moment for Pfizer, Kennedy starts coming out with, yeah, they tried to kill you. They injected you with a bunch of crap. I wonder how Pfizer's feeling about that right now. You know? Because, like, you tried to redeem yourself somehow, knowing that at some point, all this info is going to come out. And they can't stamp it out anymore. Because the Maha people, the Kennedy team over there, they're like, no, we're coming after you anyways, bro. We're coming after you anyways. I thought that was pretty interesting. Because at first, when you see the first broadcast where Trump's like, yeah, and Pfizer's going to work with us, and they're going to do the right thing, and yada, 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 right? And right after that, Because I'm like, dude, they're behind it all, right? They got to come down. Somebody's got to tell the truth. Instead of it being left out to the YouTubes and whistleblowers and all the stuff, I was so happy to see that Robert Kennedy is saying it. He's not afraid to say it, and they're figuring it out. Cheaper Yellow says, imagine how much cheaper the medicines would be if every other commercial on TV wasn't from a drug company. Yeah, that's another reason I stopped watching TV. But I'll tell you what, I don't really see drug commercials anymore, except when there's a TV on and wherever I'm at. But I use Pandora to listen to my gospel music, my worship music, and I notice that every other commercial on Pandora, if you don't pay for Pandora, because I don't, because I'm a cheapskate, every other commercial on Pandora is for a drug. Horrifying. Listening to all the side effects is horrifying. Like, I can't even believe people would even take that. But so that's kind of annoying, with the Pandora. But I'm excited about that. I'm excited that Sean Duffy is got a huge pair of cojones, himself, and I'm glad that they're seeing what's actually going on in the trucking industry. I'm very, very optimistic about that. I think you guys can, you can say what you want, but I think I have a very positive attitude for 2026. I feel like we're going to have a great year. That's what I feel in my gullet. Like, I'm staying optimistic about it. I don't think it's going to happen January, February, but I think after that, we're going to start to see some very positive things. We're going to start to feel it. I feel that way. I don't know how you guys are looking at it. I don't know what you're expecting. I don't know what your opinion is, but that's what I feel like. That it's going to be a great year. Definitely looking forward to it. I got some catching up to do. I've been hit real hard this year with maintenance. Just kind of stuff. Just stuff that's happened. But I get it done. There's has not been a point when I couldn't take care of it when it needs to be taken care of, and that's what I do. And I am very grateful that I have a wonderful driver, team member, who's in the Rosie, the red truck, that communicates very well about what's going on with the truck so that we can handle it right now. Artie Champ's in the house. Good morning. Hey, I'm joining late. It's okay. You can hit the replay while you're driving on some other long journey. Robert says, you'll have a great year if you're holding gold and silver. Yeah, I haven't, I've been thinking about that. I haven't gotten any of that. I've invested in some good tech stocks. They're performing very well. And I think the stocks are going to go up next year. I think we're going to see a lot of that. I think the whole economy shift thing, that all the stuff that he's been working on is going to finally, the oil going to start we're going to start to feel it. Right now it's just like they're trying to set it up, they're trying to put it in place, it has to get going. It's like, it's like a locomotive. It's like driving your semi-truck up a great big hill with a full load. Like, it's chugga. But once it gets up there, then all the things that were promised, we're going to really start to see come to fruition. I'm excited for that. Because, like all of us, that I have high hopes and have tried to just trust and believe what they say that they're doing, we were willing to wait and tough it out some more because we made it this far, right? So I think we're going to see it in the spring, start in the spring of 2026. That's my prediction. That's what I'm feeling in my gut. So I'm keeping a positive attitude. Right now, my immediate focus is just getting through this winter, making sure that we stay safe, the trucks are running safely, the trucks are maintained and with everything, and that they make it through the winter, and we have no issues. Rob says the stocks will be crashing next year according to the experts. You know what? And that's okay too. And the reason I say that's okay is because with what I've invested in, it's obviously the way of the new world. There's no getting around that. So I feel like I made some pretty safe bets. But if we do see the stocks drop, I'll be all right with that because I'm just going to invest. I'm going to buy some more. I'm going to buy some more. I'm going to buy some more. You know, because that's like they go on sale. If you're a long-term investor, it's like you want to buy more during that time, right? And I'm prepared. I'm ready for that. But if they just keep going up and they don't drop, like, I'm in great shape either way. I invest a little bit every single week into the same couple of stocks, major stocks. I also got a weekly contribution that automatically comes out. I don't even got to think about it, going into like the S&P 500 and a couple other things that pay me dividends. So I'm just trying to keep that consistent so I don't think about it. I got it set on auto, and it's good. It's good. I started, I rearranged my finances a little bit, which has been fantastic for the company and for me, and it's easier for me. And it's also allowed me to look at my numbers a lot clearer. Plus, I finished the big, beautiful spreadsheet, which is everything. And I'm loving that. And it really hasn't been too hard to keep up with. Like today, like I'll sit down, I'll enter the settlements that I did this week, and boom, everything's in there. And then it automatically, all the formulas are in there to automatically total it to the front page, and all. It's beautiful, and it's big, and it's beautiful. So I've got the data from day one with like trucking, by quarter, everything from day one, and then also obviously per year, like where I'm at this year. And me wanting to see it in my own way and build it all the way through so that I could have that data inside of me, let alone, build it in the way that I want to see it, is also just a backup so that, because I have QuickBooks for my quick booking, my trucking booking, and that's what I use. So this big, beautiful spreadsheet gives me 100% what the numbers were, so I can check it against anything. I can check my QuickBooks and say, okay, this is off, this should be here, and then it helps me target why. I've upgraded my QuickBooks subscription to include payroll now, so I got away from one payroll company that I was using, and now I've got, that's with my QuickBooks. I'm trying to keep everything simple for me, and I'm happy about that. And they have live experts that will help you with your bookkeeping, so that's great. I can have them get on the phone with me, and they really are smart, and they easily help you fix anything, do accounting, adjustments, whatever. It's fabulous. I feel like I'm in a much better place, ready for 2026, conquer 2025. I know my numbers I knew my numbers, but it was I didn't have the hard data, clean cut, clear, detailed, down to the most minute thing. And now with the big, beautiful spreadsheet, I have that. So I'm feeling very confident and much more in control of my business. Way less anxiety because I can see everything. And I've took the time, I've dedicated time to build it myself. So the data is in there. It's not just in my head in a ballpark kind of way or a window type of way. I have everything minutely detailed, which feels like a good thing for me. Rob says they reckon NVIDIA is in a bubble and may probably drop 40% worst case. Well, that means it goes on sale because you know darn well none of these things that this world is doing and this technology and this and all of this is going to do it without NVIDIA. That's my thing in NVIDIA. Like they are in the hub, they are at the core, they are at the cutting edge. Like I think that's where it's at with NVIDIA. You cannot go wrong with investing in NVIDIA. And if it does drop 40%, then I'm going to buy twice as much because it's on sale. Because I believe, and I am not any financial guru, trust me, but I've been watching this stock. I've started investing in it about 2 years ago, and I've been watching it the entire time. They're not going anywhere. Amazon ain't going anywhere. Google ain't going anywhere. Tesla ain't going anywhere. But up, too. I think Tesla's like, what Elon's doing is just going to go up and up and up. He's not going anywhere. These companies, these tech companies are not going anywhere. They're evolving, and they're evolving very quickly. Sterling Wheel's in the house. And good morning, kids. Good morning, Sterling. It's almost 11, which, you know, that means coffee time's about over. And I probably did about 2 hours. Where are we at? We're at an hour 18. I'm doing better today. Usually we're in here for about 2 hours. My coffee's gone. And that's what I think about tech stocks right now. You do what you want. But I think laundry and video edit times. Yeah, I got laundry to do. And then I'm going to do some of my, update my spreadsheet, check my QuickBooks reports, make sure everything looks copacetic and I'm ready for, you know, what is potentially going to happen for this next week. Make some payments and so forth. Take Dee Dee for another walk and cook some food. I'm trying to feel better. Are you feeling better, Sterling? Because I'm trying to feel better. I'm still fighting it. But this is where a day like today is all about rest, starting the week with gratitude, and some good food. Because, like, Rob's on top of it. He's over there cooking up some gourmet stuff. And that's what I feel like doing today. Because it's nice. And that's kind of what the rest of my day looks like. And then we'll go to bed at a decent hour tonight. And then we'll start a brand new week with big eyes full of hope and happiness and gratitude. And we're going to do it all over again. So, watch the weather. Watch the weather. I don't think it's going to be bad. I think we're going to have a pretty good rest of December. Make sure your maintenance is done, guys. You got to go over your maintenance checklist. Make sure you're ready to, you know, if it gets bad, you got everything done. I have to take the truck into the shop, so I got to make it home and get the truck back into the shop if I don't put it into a shop out here on the road, which I can do, which I might do. I'm trying to get another solid week of work in. Like, being sick hit my pocketbook. So, but the truck definitely has to go to the shop. I'm having some issues with when it auto starts. It's on auto start. So when I'm sleeping, I have my EPU running with my heat or whatever. And my fridge is running because that's hardwired in. Got my little freezer up there, you know, that just runs when it needs to get cold again. And then I got my phone charger put in, and then I got the radio on. So that's pretty much what's going on while I'm sleeping. And so the truck is supposed to restart itself every time the voltage starts to drop a little bit too much. And it will recharge itself. And then it will shut itself back off. Well, what's going on right now is the truck is running out of voltage, and when it tries to start itself, the voltage is like at 10, so it struggles in getting started. And so last night, This has been an issue for maybe since I came out from being sick. I noticed it was happening. I'm like, that's weird. Because she usually just fires up. She's ready to rock anytime. So this is a little strange. And so last night, this morning, early this morning, it shut the electrical system off, which is where my heat comes from. The plugs, anything that's plugged in, it shuts it off, and then the truck's not starting. And I realize this because I'm waking up, and it's cold, right? I'm getting cold, which means the heater stopped working. So I get up. I already know what's going on, and so I shut off the auto start, and I turn the key, and it's like, rrr, 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 rrr. I have to do it again. Right? I know we're at low voltage. It's starting at low voltage. There's a problem somewhere. So I've got to get her into the shop ASAP one more time, because at some point, if it gets any worse, I don't want to be stranded and freeze to death. And so I talked to the guys here at the Petro about it. They said, yeah, I'm sure that's a warranty issue. You should probably go to the, to the dealership. I'm like, yeah, that's what I was thinking too, because my truck is warranted to the hilt. But that's what's going on. So maybe I have a bad battery or something. It's something with the power. Now, when I start her up and I let it run, obviously it gets all charged back up again, and it's fine. But after a period where it's trying to start itself like the third or fourth or fifth time, we've just lost too much voltage. My batteries are the really good batteries. I forget what they're called, but like the best ones you can get. And they were the original batteries that were in the truck when we bought it. So that's 3 years old. They're 3 years old, so I should not be having any problems. I'm not sure what's going on. But regardless, it's going to be covered under warranty, so thank God. That's not going to be expensive on my pocket. Sterling is running to Laredo. Yeah, I was thinking about going to Texas, man. I was going to ask a Snorler, is it worth going to Texas right now? If I want to stay south and keep running. I just don't know. I haven't been to Texas in so long. Sterling says, I'm thinking sand and clean the battery connections, test remaining batteries, and see if one is getting weakened. Yeah, I feel like whatever juice is left amongst the 9 batteries that I have, they're helping each other to get her going, because it'll try to start itself like 3 times, and usually on the 3rd time, like it'll just get enough juice to start. So something's going on there, but they're covered. So I just got to get into the dealership, which means I have to stop. I have to stop this week. I've been like, man, let me run this whole week and then I'll go, But I just want to stay fluid for a little bit, and I was on that. I was even going to I made it home for Thanksgiving, but I got sick. That was not in the plan. The strategy is to sell now and buy twice as many shares back when it drops. What if it doesn't drop, Robert? How old is your set of batteries? I said that. Batteries only last 3 years nowadays. I forget what they're called, but they're really good. Like, they're supposed to last for a long, long, long time. Artie Champ agrees with you, Sterling. He says 30 years for batteries is about all I've gotten for batteries. EPU and auto start is very rough on the batteries. Yeah, so I'm prepared. Hopefully it's premature and the warranty will take care of everything. But if I don't get my butt back into the dealership, I'm running the risk of freaking getting frozen out here, and then I'm stuck, and then I got no power. That's what I'm afraid of. I'm sure I'm exaggerating, but the way it's acting is like it's only starting by the grace of God right now. And while I'm up and stuff like that, like I can monitor and listen and whatever. But it's the part at night. Because I have to have the heat on at night now. Like, it's cold everywhere. So I got to get it straightened out. And I would have loved to go on this weekend, but, dealerships are not open on the weekends. And so I'm thinking it shouldn't be a long repair because it should be easy to find. And if it's a battery which I'm pretty sure it's probably something like that, they should be able to repair it while I'm waiting. Yeah, no, that's what's happening, Sterling. Like today I noticed it was 10.4. And it was like, I don't want to start. Okay, I got enough just to start. And so now that I got that done, I've turned off, anything extra just to save it. So yeah, you're right. So that's the latest thing. And it will be added onto my repair expense if I have an expense that's going to happen because of this. I put a lot of money into my trucks, into my equipment this year. And if you guys remember, I was off the entire first quarter. So my year in business, this might be the worst one yet. But I'm surviving. We're making it happen. Not going bankrupt or anything like that. Like, it's just I've had to really get completely lasered in on my spreadsheet and where I'm at. And now I can compare last year to this year, and I can compare 2023 to 24. Like, I have all that information. I can look. I can make my charts to be like, this is how much we spent on maintenance this year, and this is where we're at this year, and, stuff like that. Feels good to be in that spot. I am running my business like I probably should. If you're worried, buy one battery right now and jumpstart emergency. And, okay, so I asked the Petro guys, hey, could you guys check my batteries? And he said, no, because if we touch those batteries, it's going to void your warranty. So they don't want to touch it. So he told me, go to the dealership. I said, okay. I was trying to see if they could give me like a check, but they won't touch it. Our trucks are 24 volts. Yeah, so I got to be at 14. Previous to this issue, I knew that when this truck got down to 12 volts, that it would start itself. And so that's what's supposed to be happening. But lately it's not happening, and the voltage is getting so low down to 10 that then the truck tries to start itself and then it can't, or it's struggling very much. So, yeah, I was thinking about Love's. But you know what? If I'm going to stop, I might as well get it to the dealership. I'm just going to have to take another loss on some money-making hours, So I'm in Nashville right now. I was like, okay, do I just tackle it first thing Monday morning and not book a load and just handle it? Just kind of what I want to do. That's what I think I should do. Like, as inconvenient as that feels right now. Because my other option is like, oh, let's run another load, grab a little bit more money, which I could do this too, and get home to my home shop. I kind of want to do that because it's my home shop. Grab a couple bucks going up, You know, they got, my mechanic there's really awesome. I love him. Zach Attack. No freezing allowed for my sister. Yeah, freeze! Like, we got D to worry about, okay? I gotta keep her freaking little toes warm. Nashville has a good truck shop for LT. Okay, that's what I kind of didn't know. I was like, seems like they're truck people down here. They're real nice. They don't try to freaking ream me in the butthole like people in the north do. At least it doesn't seem like it. Totally different experience, but I didn't really know how good the shop or the dealerships might be down here. Tow bills are more expensive than batteries. That's the comment of the day. Yes. The last freaking thing I need is a tow bill on the list out of all the things and the losses that I've taken this year. Okay? Not wanting a tow bill. So my executive decision after this meeting I think I'm just going to go to the shop first thing in the morning on a Monday morning. Right? I lose another day, but I will be sleeping a whole lot better at night. Because I'll tell you what, when this truck is doing its thing like it's designed to do, I am carefree and grateful that this truck is so comfortable and it's designed so beautifully and it takes care of me doing the things that it was programmed to do, and that is all happening seamlessly. I'm sleeping like a baby. I vote fix ASAP. Yeah, because honestly, Sterling, I've been putting this off for a week already. Because I was sick, I come out late in the week, I need to make some money, right? So I put it off all this week. But she's trying to tell me. She's telling me a little bit more. We got a little bit less juice each fifth or sixth time. She's struggling a little bit more. So happiness first, money second, peace of mind. Yeah, I'll put peace of mind first. I'll make more money. And my happiness money helps, but knowing that my equipment is solid and it's going to carry me through that's the business decision that you make, The driver of Rosie, the red truck, when he has an issue, he's like, I'm sorry. And I was like, well, don't be sorry, man. This is, to me, hey, I want everything to happen while that truck is still left under warranty. I want that to happen. He doesn't need no downtime. I get that. But we want to get it fixed. And we want the warranty to cover what it can cover. Better now than later. But paramount and number one is I need to know that equipment is 100% safe for him. Anybody that's in it. That truck has been impressive, actually, by the way. I think, my opinion. That's how I feel about it. Like, it's been a good truck. And it's kicking butt. I did have to put a little bit of money into it, but it's TLC love, a little fixing up something that the previous driver did to it, but she's rocking. Like, I'm happy with it. Thank you. Shout out to International Used Truck Centers in Columbus, Ohio. C. Scott. He's the best. Sterling says, sometimes just one battery gets goofy and it spoils the rest of them. Well, yeah, I hope that's what it is. Brad Stafford, 3872 is in the house. Hey, Brad, welcome in. Cumberland International in Nashville is good. Thank you. Thank you for that recommendation. I do not have, you guys are my support system. I don't have a all-knowing, knowledgeable husband that says, yes. So sometimes, I need the team to help me out. I'm just a girl out here. I'm learning as I go. But I appreciate that. That gives me a good feeling that I can go see somebody here. The money is always there. It just matters if it's your turn. Yeah, because I'm looking at, I look at my whole year and I'm like, I took a lot of losses this year, and then the trucks needed stuff. I got punched more times than not this year. My revenue is consistent. I mean, my revenue from last year to this year is a huge gap. Huge. So that kind of sucks. But it's okay. I'm not struggling financially because the flow is good, right? The cash flow is good. The timing, it sucks, and yeah, he's down or I'm down or whatever, like, but the Lord is providing, and he's always on time, okay? That's facts. Whether you want to accept that or not, in my life, that's the facts. I watch it happen every day. So it's all working out. It's just, right? The main thing to me is that I get it done. And I get it done in a timely manner, which is why I'm sitting here like, Shannon, just get it done. Just get it done. Just like the rims last night. My brand new rims on the trailer and 2 tires. Did I want to spend the money? No! Because it was everything I made this week. But did I do it? Yes, I did. Yes, I did. And those rims are sweet looking, by the way. Trucking with T-Bone has popped in. Tennessee, you're missing all the fun. I was in it. I just came down. So, Thanksgiving, I was over your way, T-Bone. And thanks for coming in, by the way. So I was in it. And you know what? There was part of me was like, yes! That feeling of like, come on. We're going to get cold. It's going to be cold again. Now, me and Dee Dee can't go out and walk as much as we want to, and it's freezing, and it's miserable, and it makes you extra tired at the end of the day, especially when you're jumping in and out, and you're doing your work. But there's some weird part of me that was glad. And maybe it's the part that's like, yeah, let's get this started and get it over with so we can get to April. The faster we can get through this. But also, the gratitude was extra on the beautiful trip that I had down here because it was super cold, but the roads were dry, and it was dry. Like, it was just, and that was like, So I don't mind if it's cold like that, but it's ice that I don't get along with. Yep, got more this morning. Yeah, and you live over on that side. There's a more dangerous side to Michigan, and is this the right way? It's this side by Chicago, right? If that's right, I don't know which way you're looking at it. It's the side by Chicago. That lake effect is awful, and now Erie's bad too, though. If you're headed over to New York from Michigan, like, you're gonna get it. Top of Ohio, you're gonna get it, man. I live in a great spot. So Detroit's my gig. Like, I'm trying to stay in the Midwest. I know it's gonna be cold. I know we're gonna go through all this stuff, but I have cut out the mountains. I've divorced them for the rest of the year, and until spring. I'm not running east anymore. I'm not trying to hang out in the south like a lot of people, I'm sure, are going to stay away from the weather. Tennessee and Kentucky is pretty much as south as I want to go, but I'm not touching the mountains, guaranteed. I will focus my efforts more on Illinois, Indiana, Kentucky, touch Tennessee, and, possibly running south and seeing if I can get back up, but I kind of like just running from Indiana or Ohio back up to Michigan, or Kentucky back up to Michigan. I could even throw Missouri in there a little bit, But right now I'm just trying to keep it regional until we get through this winter. That's my goals anyways. Sterling says it's been raining in Georgia and Florida. I live in mud soup right now. Ugh. Yeah, rain. Rain's always like blah. Nope, warms up the day after Christmas, right? We don't know what to expect anymore, man. We just don't. Chicago is a bad influence, I agree. Yeah, but you know what, guys? We're going to get through it. So let me give you your encouragement for the week. Be blessed and stay positive, and let's all keep a positive outlook at 2026 and believe and speak that good things are going to happen in trucking by spring next year. We're going to hang in through this winter and tough it out one more time. We're going to get there and see some positive things happen. And so I hope you keep your chin up this week and you get your snow cleats out, your ice cleats for your work boots, okay? Get them boots out, because I got my boots out. I got my Red Wings out, and I got to find my ice cleats. I know they're in my tool bag and outside, but you got to gather your ice cleats. You got to put your de-icer stuff in your washer reservoir. You need to make sure you got your winter coat. You got extra hoodies, extra little foods, and all that good wintry stuff so that you can stay de-iced. And try to wash your truck when you can to keep the salt off. And check your tires. You don't want to be slipping and sliding and ice skating out there, right? Make sure you're good to go. Make sure you're ready for anything. And that's my rookie advice. Talking to me too. I thought about my ice cleats. I haven't had to really walk on a whole lot of ice, and my Red Wings are pretty badass in the wintertime. But you don't want to be slipping, falling, getting hurt either. So get your ice cleats out where you can reach them. Your tire chains too, if you're one of those people. Sterling says, I will always wear shorts no matter how much ice. Oh, I don't know how you do it, bro. Don't forget the chocolate. Yes, hide some chocolate in your cab somewhere. Hot chocolate. Make sure you got that. I have bone broth. I had to trade my hot chocolate in because I don't want to have the sugar. I traded it in for hot bone broth. So when it's that kind of cold and you got to get in the truck and get all warmed up and stuff, get yourself some bone broth that comes in the box. You can put it right up there, and you can heat up some broth and warm your bones. But think about all your little things that you're going to need to stay warm. Make sure you got your gloves, right? Make sure you got your awesome blingy snow hat with the poof ball. Okay, this is key. This is key. Like crazy, there's proof. Bone broth is so good. Yeah, it warms the soul. Okay, it's soul food. It's chicken bone broth for the soul. But yeah, have all those things. Make sure you have enough food. I'm gonna enjoy the rest of the day cooking and updating my books and patting myself on the back because I'm surviving, and my equipment has been extra maintained. This is the last thing to go, so we're gonna go there in the morning. I'm not gonna book a load. I don't have a load on me. I'm gonna go do it. We'll just knock it out. I'll give you guys an update, probably. But that's the plan, and I want you to be safe out there and bless someone else today or sometime this week. You know, when somebody did that one thing for you and they said, hey, pay it forward, I'm going to say, try pay forward this week. And I just want to say that I thank God for you in my life, and I am grateful that you watch this channel. And there's 2 people left in here, so it's time to sign out. That's my sign. Fixed truck, Uber to a museum. Oh, I can't leave Dee Dee, though. They won't let her in the museum. But God bless you guys. And we need some more lives this week, so Hope this inspires somebody. And have a great week. God bless you. Be blessed. Thanks for hanging out with me for coffee, and we'll see you in the next one. Do my outro video. Love you guys. Have a great day. Thanks, Broad Stafford 3872. Thank you guys all for coming in. Hit the like on the way out if you would also, and I'm really signing out now. This awesome video that Sterling made. Why doesn't that work? There we go. Woo! Yeah.